When you look at this pair of shoe, you might think of it as a normal looking sneaker that you can find at your local thrift, like a yard sale or something. But to a sneakerhead collector, this is one of the most creepiest sneakers of all time. This is a story about the mystery missing Nikes. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Heel Jag. It's a little different type of vibe. Today we are going to talk about one of the most infamous shoes, the Nike Decades. But rewind to everything before it became an infamous sneaker. Back in the 1970s, a cult group was formed by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles that was called the Heaven's Gate. They believed in some Christian aspects, also some new age stuff, and also UFOs. So they were able to get about 30 plus people to be able to join their group, and they were all very unisex. So from the women had to cut their hair short. From the men, giving have like a very short hair. They all wore black, and they all wore a specific sneaker during their time. Crazy, because when they were trying to have people join the group and everything, you have this weird little introduction video, and it convinced people to join this cult that he did. And how they did it was they actually did it through VHS and actually through DVDs. Imagine getting a DVD or a VHS to your door by somebody, and you see this guy talking about you joining a religion that's saying that you have to go because the comet's gonna come and you gotta leave on this UFO to survive. Moving forward, they were going on for about 20 plus years. Going into the 90s, they did rent out a huge mansion down in San Diego where they used to do all their classes and stuff. So they're very on it, always devoted to it. And a lot of the families thought they were very crazy. Before this whole incident happened, they were recording themselves saying that they were down to do this and go through everything. But it's crazy because in the background, you do hear Applewhite, I believe so, telling them that it's okay. So kind of convincing them that you're doing the right thing. On March 19th, unfortunately, all 39 members met their end when they took strawberry pudding mixed with Comet and Sky vodka and drank it. If they didn't, were able to not finish the job during that time, they did put a plastic bag over themselves to make sure to get it done. That was for each of the members. And then for the main guy, Marshall Applewhite, he unfortunately shot himself and ended the whole thing. They did this all thinking that they were going to be taken by the UFO and be saved from the demise of the world, but unfortunately they got the demise themselves. News hit out crazy everywhere when neighbors finally noticed that something was going on and everything was smelling throughout the neighborhood, and they ended up finding all these bodies everywhere. And with all that backstory, now let's talk about the shoes. The Nike Decades were the shoes that they were wearing at the time. Crazy enough, the reason why they got that pair of shoes is because it was so cheap back in the day and they needed to buy a unisex shoe in bulk. They were suspected to be about $20 or less at that time. Crazy enough, they could have picked any other shoe, but they chose to choose the Nike Decade because of that factor. Little known fact that Applewhite actually liked Nike, and he actually had the slogan of "Just Do It" for his nickname with the cult.
That's crazy.
A lot of sneaker collectors started gravitating towards this whole eeriness and craziness about the shoe, so it ended up becoming infamous and resale value skyrocketed. Me and Anthony actually went down to the Museum of Death in Los Angeles and wanted to go see the pair in person. Yo, what's up guys? So now we finally got here after charging all this whole time. We finally got to the Museum of Death. It's kind of crazy because it's not what you expect. It's all about death or whatever, but they have the shoes in there, which is kind of crazy. We're kind of going there just to look at the shoes and try to get Anthony's reactions to see how he goes.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
You ready?
Yeah,
let's do it. I want to ask you this question. What was your experience going into that?
I wasn't excited for it.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole death stuff. It's kind of icky to me, but I wanted to do it because of the shoes, right?
Yes.
And when we were there, the guy was nice enough. The guy that was
the tour guide.
Yeah, the tour guide. He brought us some more insight. There was actually a second shoe.
It actually looks like a Nike Shock to me. I believe so. We couldn't really find the picture, but it was an all-white pair that the women's wear.
Yeah.
But that was actually the pair that they're actually using on a daily basis.
Right. For their jobs and your
jogging or exercise and all that, right?
Daily use.
Daily use. For the Nike Decades, they said that was the shoe that they bought specifically for that big day. And even crazier, in fact, that we were talking about this, is that they actually had taken the real pair from a person that actually was unfortunately there, and they put it on a mannequin, huh?
Yeah, it was weird because the way it's displayed in the museum, you could see the bunk beds, everything was there, even the body, imitation or whatever mannequin. It did make you feel kind of like weird, right?
Yeah, definitely weird. Definitely Museum Dip is a little weird to people that don't like those type of stuff. I'm starting to not like those type of stuff because it gets a little too real, because it is actually real.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to see the actual pair of sneakers that the people wore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another fact that we did learn is that these guys were very tech savvy, and they really worked for their cult. They really had to buy their stuff and get everything. So they were kind of smart. They consisted of engineers, computer scientists, and all that. And also what the tour guy said, he was like, they did this in today's day, they would have just been part of the UFO group, right? They didn't have to probably probably do all the crazy stuff and they still would have been here, which is unfortunate to say. In my opinion, I kind of think it's a little eerie and it's a little weird having that type of shoe in your collection, but I get it for some collectors. For example, the Aaron Hernandez situation where he's wearing the Jordan 11 tuxedos, which also is another infamous shoe. But this one, it has really crazy. Nike's never going to re-release these. It's done. Let us know what you guys think about the story. Let us know if you guys like this type of material that we can bring on to you guys. And let us know if you would cop or not. This has been another episode of Heel Jag with your boy Nani and my boy Anthony. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.